Ruhanga, you are our power, you are our authority, and you are the Holy Lord of our lives. Omukuru Soboze Ndugiro is my name, and I am the Omukuru of Kakura Tukabaikire. Today we are going to look about chapter 882, verse 1 to verse 12. The title, When Does Satan and Sinful Spirits Attack You? Satan and sinful spirits will attack you when you stop fulfilling the 5 pillars of faith. Satan and sinful spirits will attack you if you are a sinner or an unbeliever of Hikiraism. Satan and sinful spirits will attack you when the Holy Lord wants to test your faith in Him. The Holy Lord can remove His grace and protection from you in order to test your faith in Him during times of hardships or difficulties. Without the grace and protection of the Holy Lord through His angels, Satan and sinful spirits will attack you and bring physical and spiritual diseases to you or your loved ones. Satan and sinful spirits can also bring every kind of problem in your life, for example, financial problems, loss of job, marriage problems, and many other problems. You must always pray for strength during times of hardships or problems. The Holy Lord will be testing your faith in Him. Satan and sinful spirits cannot do anything without the will of the Holy Lord. Even if they want to attack another person's life, whether say loved one, job, and many others, they pass through another person to do that. Satan and sinful spirits uses a sinner to bewitch another person. This is because they have no authority over the life of any person or creature. So the devil will try his best to use another person to bewitch you. That's why you see, Satan does not just attack a person. He needs another person to attack you. Wherever you are, like here, I'm here. There are spirits which are here. Others are evil, others are not. But they cannot just attack me. Because they have no legal right and authority to attack me. What they do is to use a sinner to attack me. Because a sinner is a person who does not have any relationship with the Holy Lord who created everything that exists. So they would influence that sinner to attack me. How would they influence that sinner to attack me? They may even make sure that they bring envy, jealousy, and hatred in the minds of a sinner. When that sinner hates me, or he feels jealousy of me because of my successes, because I have a good job, or I have a good business, everything is going on in my life, that a sinner will feel jealous of me. What would the sinner do? The sinner will go in the spiritual world. He will meet a witch, and the sinner will collaborate that witch to attack me. A sinner will steal any of my properties. I may step here, and where I have stepped with my feet, he will get the sinner will get that soil, small soil, and carries it and takes it to the altar of Satan, or the altar of sinful spirits or ancestral spirits, whatever. Or that person may steal any of my properties, for example, my shoe or sandal or any clothes. He would take it to a witch and bewitch me. So Satan and sinful spirits have succeeded to bewitch me or attack me through that sinner, because they have no legal right to attack me. That's why you see in countries where there is no witchcraft, people are very successful. Like in the West, people are very successful because there is no witchcraft in the West. But you look here in Africa here, people are very poor. But the poverty which is in Africa is being brought by the witches. You have your child, he went to school, he finished university, but that child cannot get any job. Why? He was bewitched by people in his village. You have a good wife, but the good wife you have has failed to produce because a certain sinner bewitched your wife. You cannot give birth, or that sinner can bring marriage problems in your marriage. You will stay fighting each other. But the reality is that it is the work of the sinner. This sinner does not want you to enjoy in your marriage. In Africa, you have very many problems. In Africa, is poverty. You find that in a village, people are very poor because there is a certain witch in the village who does not want anybody to build a good shop, to make a good shop, or build a good house. You start building your house, it stops there. It stops in the way because there is a certain witch who does not want anybody to develop. You grow your crops, they do your crops, you will make a loss. Your crops, you remove nothing. You plant your banana plantation, you remove nothing. Cassava plantation, you remove nothing because there is a witch in the village. This witch does not want anybody to develop. These things are in Africa here. In Africa, we are fighting each other. You do not want your neighbor to develop. You do not want one neighbor to get something which is above yours, or which is on the highest level than yours. That's why we are poor. Witchcraft in Africa has become a problem. It is a reason why people are poor. At least in the West there. At least in the West. But in Africa, we are suffering of poverty. But the poverty being brought about by witchcraft. I don't know what to do. But in Africa, poverty is brought about by witchcraft. Imagine, there is my friend who was promoted at the job, but my friend after being promoted, his stepmother bewitched my friend, and my friend got an accident because in that position they need someone to be active. They fired my friend. But why? Because of witchcraft. My friend was getting a good paying job. If not witchcraft, he was going to become a better person, to build a good house, to become rich. But a certain person who is being influenced by Satan and sinful spirits to harm my friend is the one who went to an altar of evil and bewitched my friend. So, in Africa, poverty is being brought about by witchcraft. That's why we are very poor. And there is a problem in Africa here. Because some people, they do not know that witchcraft is bad. They are saying that witchcraft, these are rituals of our ancestors. Our ancestors used to practice these rituals. And this is culture. Witchcraft and culture are different. Culture, I know it may be you dress like this. You have some things which are cultural, but it's not concerning spiritual things. Indeed, ancestral species, those are culture of Africa. The ancestral species have to exist. Things concerning witchcraft, that is our culture. No. So, something which makes you to go backward, which limits you, something which makes you not to expand in life, that one is not good. Don't be deceived that ancestral species is part of our culture. No. Don't be deceived that witchcraft is a part of our culture. These rituals were not part of our culture. They were just imposed on us by Satan and sinful spirits. Thank you, Holy Lord. May your holy name be praised all the time.